Yeah, he's on YouTube.
He has YouTube?
Yeah.
This is me!
Bertina's doing great. That's, she actually texts me. I really like trails like this. You can't really think too much. Like, you know, you're focusing on your footing, your breath, trying to keep yourself composed because you're sweating so hard. But it's nice to get out. And it was so quiet with all the fall colors. They're just like coming to the end here. And experience the area where Christy and Waldemar family live.
There are some stories we never expect to tell. Some endings we never feel ready for. Today, with heavy hearts, we share this news.
I'm just been walking here for a few kilometers just trying to tell you. I don't know how to though. Bertina's doing great. That's, she actually texted me this morning and she looks amazing in her pictures with all of her friends and family. And it's just been miracle after miracle. We've been calling it the November miracle. And it's just been wonderful. Caroline texted me about 2 days ago, and she said it's really weird. I can't get Lando to eat anything. He doesn't want to go on walks. And I just didn't think much of it. I'm like, okay, let's just take him to the vet, you know? They went down to the vet and she asked me a few more questions. We got all the paperwork from our other vet in Canada. And, which we just got a clean bill of health, like right when he crossed the border. Which I don't understand. He had that awesome road trip with him. Went fishing with Matt. And, they took walks together. They took their photos with Lando, with their announcement with them expecting a baby girl. And in my head, I just had all these dreams of, like, you know, you see those dogs and they're, you know, with the baby and everything. And I was like, this is perfect until we get back home. He'll be there with her and go on walks with her. Yeah. And then she calls me just like maybe 30 minutes later, and she's like, you have to put him down. I don't think I've ever been so shocked and just, I felt so bad for Carol because I just cried my eyes out. I know it's a dog, but it was like, I just lost one of my best friends and our best friends. He's been with us, oh man, forever. Like the last almost 7 years, through every trail, through almost every situation you can imagine. Oh, and just to have that thought of never, like, going home and not seeing him. It was so brutal. Even now my mind can't wrap around that idea, that concept of not having him greet us with a pillow. His excitement every time he saw you was just, his energy was so happy and loving and caring, and yeah. So I went out here and just wanted to think about all the things I was so thankful for, instead of the idea of never having him with us again. It's I mean, I don't know, he was an epic dog. Like, he just loved life each day, and oh, I'm gonna miss him a lot. But it was so nice of, I called Rochelle at Overland, like, the first person I called, and I asked if we could bury him at the ranch along the side of a trail, and she said, of course, whatever you want, like, it's done. So today is when Caroline and Matt will be burying our family's best friend, Lando, who's been by our side through thick and thin, and oh, I just can't believe it. But I do feel so blessed to have had him in our lives. We did experience having the best dog anyone could ever have. So what they found out, it was after some, more blood work, was it was chronic kidney failure. And, yeah, so it's just crazy. But, Caroline said he just, this is not easy. Just looked up in her eyes and just gazed at her. And I went to sleep. He just wanted her to know that he was okay. Not to worry. Where is it? Find it.
Bring it up here.
I'm just so thankful. We had him for 6.5 years. I wouldn't trade it for anything, and I'm just really, really happy that he picked us and joined our family on the road and off grid. And a lot of you got to meet him and experience his love running the trails and or at expos, and it's just really neat to think of. Like, when I think of him, when I think of him being gone, I can't comprehend it yet. But when you think of him or watch old videos and he's bouncing around or just being silly or just being so cozy and loving, it just, you have to smile when you think of Lando or watch Lando's videos. And that's pretty special. You know, just the other day I was hiking on this beautiful fall day here and just so excited about our upcoming trip. It was just perfect. I did this really cool hike up to I don't know, it almost looks like a fire tower, but it's more just for people, a viewing tower, and just stunning views. And little did I know that night with that phone call, everything would change. Oh, I can't talk. But when I was on that hike, the whole time I was thinking, man, this would be fun with Lando. Like, that's the perfect hike Lando would like. And you just catch yourself all the time when you're at the grocery store and you go down the dog aisle and you're like, why am I doing this? He's not even with us. But it's just a habit after all this time of having him with you nearly every single day, living on the road. But it's going to be an adjustment.
We're picking out toys, bandanas, collars for our new puppy, Lando.
Probably gotta go potty.
Adorable.
I have some paperwork though to fill out for you. And
Okay.
he looks sleepy.
What a beautiful pup. Oh.
He is a great dog. Like, he just.
From the moment we met Lando as a tiny puppy, we all fell in love with him.
He's been my baby.
He was born in Oregon, just a short drive from the town where Carol was born. And somehow that felt right. Felt like he was meant to be part of our story, part of our family. From day one, he was home. Our very first trip together was to one of our favorite places in the world, Cape Coanda on the rugged Oregon coast. That was the beginning of Lando's life on the road, and we quickly realized he was made for adventure. When we drove north to British Columbia, he curled up and fell asleep to the hum of the highway, completely content, completely at home. Come here, buddy. Come here, boy. Hey, Lando. How you doing, little man? Is it fun to get out and exercise after sitting in the car?
Bounding like a little deer. Back up, Lando. Getting in the way.
Our next big journey took us all the way across Canada to Ontario.
Come here.
Along the shores of Lake Superior,
Little guy.
he crossed his very first river.
There you go. Come on. Come on. Lando. Come. Good boy.
And right then, we saw it clearly. This little pup had a brave heart and the spirit of an explorer. Lando made friends everywhere he went, but his bond with his cousin Weston was something special. The kind of friendship only dogs truly understand.
What's his name?
Lando. That's so cute.
When we arrived at the island for the first time, he tore down the trails like they had always belonged to him.
Where's my helper? Huh?
He was always ready to help with anything that looked important.
Yeah.
Buddy. Get him, boy.
Man, you're such a big help.
Go bring. Good boy. Come get another one, then.
Boat life suited him perfectly. Nose to the wind, eyes fixed on the horizon.
Yeah, Lando. Can you put him in?
He wasn't much of a swimmer,
Boy. Good. Come on.
but he could watch Dan fish for hours, quietly fascinated. Somewhere along the way, he developed a refined taste for wild blueberries.
Lando? Lando, are you having fun?
He believed he was a lapdog, no matter his size. And if we're honest, he was definitely a mama's boy.
You a big baby? Hey, Lando, are you a big baby? Yeah, you jump right up on Mommy's lap. She's trying to have a coffee.
This to you. Time to sit.
From the deserts of the American Southwest
Good boy.
to the rainforests of Vancouver Island, Lando thrived in every landscape. So I'm back in Germany now, but I was flying back to Toronto for a speaking engagement, and just as I was getting on the plane, or they were about to take off, Carol texted. She was on the phone with Caroline, and she just said Lando's not doing well. And that was weird, because just a day before, or 2 days before, Caroline had sent videos of Lando. You know, he looked a lot like his normal self. He was doing great. He was waiting with a pillow for when Matt got home from work, and wagging his tail and greeting Matthew with a pillow like he always did. For any time you went away, even for a minute, he'd be waiting there with a pillow.
Look at him go, Lynn. Where are you going? Where are you going? Come back here. His whole bastard shakes.
But it looks like in the last 2 days he began to deteriorate really fast, and as you guys recall, back in the spring, in March, he got sick for the first time in the whole time we had him. He was never sick ever, just healthy, and but he started to decline throughout the winter. We don't know what happened.
Not feeling good. Poor guy. Poor Lenny has a tummy ache for the past 2 days, and it's so strange to see him not running around or wanting to do much but just sleep.
You might recall we couldn't get off the island, but Dan, our neighbor Dan, came in with the fan boat because he had heard Lando was sick, so he came in early and got us to the mainland. we took him into the vet and they did a series of tests. In fact, they said, well, we'll start with a x-ray, then we'll go to a blood test, and then another blood test, and then just, you know, check him for Lyme disease. It just went on and on and on, and nothing was conclusive. Everything came back positive, or negative, I guess is what the right word would be. They said there's nothing wrong with him. He doesn't have any bad diseases. His organs look good. And so we got the medication they prescribed because he was in pain, and he started to recover quite nicely. And we had that big snowstorm with the truck, and Lando was really coming back at that point and running like good old Lando again through the deep snow and everything. And for a while he was good. Then he would lapse and then get better, and then lapse and get better. And we took him to another vet when we were down visiting Caroline and Matt down near the city, and just to get a second opinion. And she thought maybe it was a soft tissue damage. He might have fallen or something, slipped on the ice. Anyway, nothing conclusive. And then he started to improve over the summer quite nicely. He was great at the island with the boys. He wasn't 100%, that's for sure. He was losing a lot of hair, and they were just spending a lot of time combing him and just giving him TLC, like really treating him like a baby, and nurturing him. And then when you watched us say bye to him with Caroline and Matt, he was heading to Montana, one of his favorite places on earth, and he was quite healthy. Again, not normal Lando, but much better than when he was really sick. He had lost a lot of weight. Before they were going to cross the border, we had been told he has to have an updated rabies shot in order to cross the border, and also the rental places they were looking at were requiring his updated rabies shots and everything. So we took him to the vet, and before they give a rabies shot, they'll do a thorough examination, which they did, and they could see, you know, muscle loss, and he had lost weight from the last time we were there. But they went and looked back at all the tests, and they said those tests are still current, so they just attributed it to old age. They said he's aging a lot quicker than he should be, and then, you know, in most dogs his age, but he was losing muscle mass. But they gave us some pain medications and things to give him if he ever is limping and has pain. So they gave him his 2 shots. One was a rabies shot, and I'm not sure what the other one was, but they said it's required. And off he went. And he massively enjoyed being on a road trip again. Man, he had so much fun with Caroline and Matt, driving all the way out to Montana, stopping at some of the sites he had been at on the Epic Family road trip. And he moved in with them. He loved the new place, had a nice big backyard. Just fell in love with Matt. I mean, and Matt fell in love with him. You know, we have a picture of Lando, you know, because Matt didn't grow up with a dog. He's like, I would never have a dog in my bed. And sure enough, within a week, Lando's all cuddled up with him in bed. You know, Lando's such a cozy dog. And Caroline's always been his sister and just his best friend. So he was thriving there, even though he was weaker than normal. They'd take him on walks, they went fishing. And then the day I was leaving back to my speaking engagement, Caroline said the day before that he just wouldn't eat or drink, and she tried to give him fresh meat, stuff he normally loves, cheese, all the stuff that he would normally devour, and he would not eat. And that's when she said, something wrong with Lando, and Carol said, let's get him to a vet. And she looked up some local vets, and they took him in, and he was diagnosed with not only chronic kidney failure, but had far advanced kidney failure. So somewhere along the line, that has been going on in the background, unbeknownst to us. None of the vets detected it earlier, and it just got to the point. And who knows with those shots, it's a fairly aggressive shot to get rabies. You know, if he was already struggling with something, that might have been just enough to push him over. And they said there's no cure, there's nothing we can do for him. Yeah, it was terrible news. This all went down when I was in Toronto. I came back here to Germany to spend time, and we just spent time together as a family and didn't go anywhere, and just reminisced on all the amazing times we had with that dog. I didn't know any humans could be so close to an animal. He was the most human of all dogs. Some of my favorite memories, man, once we were caught in a blizzard at the lake, Carol and I coming across the lake, whiteout conditions, we couldn't see right from left, and Lando was right in front of us running like he always did, and at first I was worried. I didn't want to get drawn into an unsafe place, thin ice or anything. Then I thought, just follow Lando. And he stayed in view and ran and ran and ran, and sure enough, as we came around the corner, we could see the island. He knew exactly where he was going the whole time and took us home safely. It's not hard to see how people can get lost in a blizzard like that. You get snow blindness, and then you get disoriented, and everything looks the same. But I was following Lando. He knew where he was going the whole time, right, buddy? Lando, come here, buddy. You always know where you're going. Yeah, you got a good sense of direction. Well, we made it safely. Another one is we're bringing in firewood with the big barge loaded down with firewood, and I tossed a line in for the boys to pull me in. Lando grabbed it and pulled the boat in perfectly, just all the way in. He was always so eager to help. Good boy.
Good boy, Lynn.
There you go.
Good boy.
Keep pulling. Keep pulling. Nicely done. Good boy, good boy. Don't put me in the water.
He's pulling an entire barge full of wood.
Nicely done. You did it, you did it. You pulled us in. Good.
This is definitely a video that I never thought I'd have to make, or at least not for a long time. I did not think about this at all being in the near future for Lando, so it still feels very surreal talking about it now and talking about him in past tense and thinking about everything that's happened over the last few days and the last week and how fast life can change. But yeah, it's been such a roller coaster of emotions, especially the last few days, and I didn't think I would even be able to cry after the last few days of just kind of being very emotional. And it's been so many ups and downs of crying because you're obviously sad and missing Lando, and because of how sad the day was when we had to say goodbye to him, and then you're crying laughing, thinking about some funny things he used to do and his funny personality.
Are you holding Caroline's hand? Does that make you feel better? Yeah. Funny doggy.
All the good memories and the funny videos we have of him, like of him trying to walk in those boots that he didn't know how to walk in. And
Good boy.
Anywhere to the side. Can't move. Can't do it. Right in.
wearing our dad's glasses or just being his crazy funny self sometimes when he had lots of energy, and then how cuddly and cozy he was whenever he was tired. And then I get emotional thinking about how we're gonna miss him so much and how weird it's gonna be without him, because we've done so much with him and gone through so many things with him, and having him right by our side and having been so many places on so many adventures, and watching him grow from a tiny little puppy into the strong, fast dog that he was, who loved running and loved being outdoors and loved camping, and how like what a bond we grew with him, how he felt more like a sibling sometimes, and how he loved each of us, and especially our mom, and was such an affectionate, loving dog. And then I grieve the memories and the experiences we're gonna miss out on with him that we really imagined, like him getting to meet our baby in the spring, and all those sort of memories that would have been so special. But it's just, crazy and what was meant to be, I guess. But I definitely look back with so much thankfulness for the time that we got with Lando and what an amazing dog he was, and how his legacy as an adventure dog that inspired so many people and entertained so many people weekly on the videos and brought so much joy to people that he met in person at Overland expos and on the trails, but also just through the videos from far and wide. It's pretty special to think about. And yeah, we loved him so much. I'm just so thankful for the time that we had with him, and I just keep thinking over and over again of how it is so unfortunate and feels unfair and sad of how short his life was compared to what we had hoped for, but knowing how full his life was. He lived such a full life and did so many things, and he was truly the best friend and dog ever, and I'm so thankful for that, and we'll miss him truly forever.
He didn't love hotel rooms, but he could sleep in a rooftop tent through storms, wind, or freezing nights as if that's exactly where he belonged.
Good boy.
There you go. Hey, buddy.
He wasn't just a traveler, he was an athlete. He ran the entire length of Colorado, from the Wyoming border all the way to the Four Corners. We tried to keep up, but it was always Lando leading the way.
I was just winding up the mountain, just zigzagging all the way up. Absolutely beautiful. Huge shelf, I guess what they call a shelf road. Lando just wants to run, and he's not even tired out at 12,000 feet. The air's thin up here.
He was so much more than a pet. He was family. And in a beautiful, unexpected way, he became family to many of you as well. We got a package shipped to us before we got here to the island. Keep going, just snowboard.
Wow.
Got it, Lando, come and look.
Unbelievable.
This is
Look at that, Lynn.
That is amazing.
That's the
Kyle,
best part.
you're very talented, and just want to let you know we really appreciate this beautiful drawing. We'll treasure it. We'll find a spot in the cabin for it. You have a good run, Lando? Over the years, we've received hundreds, maybe thousands of messages, photos, and videos of your pets barking at him on the screen, cheering him on.
Man, you're crazy. How do you jump so high? You almost got it.
Out in wild places, he watched over us. He could sense a bear or predator long before we ever saw it.
Your bear bell, okay? Ready. Go get it.
That's how that works. You can hear him coming, and hopefully bears will hear him coming and get out of the way.
I don't even really know where to begin to talk about this, but I've never really been good with, sharing my emotions, or it still doesn't feel real for me. I think because I wasn't there when it happened, and first of all, I didn't imagine that something like this would happen, at least for a very long time. I thought we had, at least 6 more years with him. And since, I wasn't there, even seeing, the texts and talking with my sister and my family about it, still doesn't really feel real, and so I can't really get my head around it yet. But it is a really sad thought to think that when I come home, Lando won't be there to, you know, greet me. And, you know, he was my dog, so it's really, it's really hard. But, you know, all my life I wanted a pup, and we waited to find the right one, and then, you know, eventually we found Lando, and just from the first time we saw his pictures when we were talking to his breeders, we knew he was the perfect dog, and he really was. Like, there's hardly been a time for the past 6 years since we got him that I haven't been with him. There's, you know, a few times during the XO trips and then for like weeks. But most of that time he's been with me, and for months and months on end, it was just me and him at the island. Like, for a very long time, you know, he was the only kind of partner I had with me. And he's become such a big part of my life. Like, you know, so many of our jokes and the way we talk, and just, you know, part of the coziness of, you know, my cabin there up north, and traveling and anything was having him there. You know, he was a cozy dog. He was such a friendly dog. You could take him anywhere. He was friends with everybody. I know, like, a lot of you guys got to meet him, and I think it's still too soon for me to really, you know, talk about it. Like I said, it just doesn't feel real for me. I can't get my emotions in order, because I can't really even get myself to be, you know, like, really sad about something if my brain hasn't, you know, accepted that it's real. Because in my head still, I feel like when we go home, he's gonna be there. You know, he's gonna grab his pillow, come running out and say, you know, hi. He's gonna be whining his head off when Mom walks in. It's just, that's been the routine every time we've come home from anywhere, even just walked out of a room and came back in. It's happened every single time. So the thought that it won't is just so foreign. I can't really accept it yet. But deep down, I know it's true, and yeah, I'm not really ready to talk about it. I'll talk about it later, but I do know that he was the best dog anyone could ever wish for. You know, he was the best dog a boy could have. I was 15 when I got him. You know, that's a good portion of my life. And yeah, I just know he was happy. I was with him right before we said goodbye to when Caroline and Matt took him on his little road trip to Montana. And, you know, he was a happy dog there. He loves road trips, and he had a great time. They would send photos and videos, you know, updates, and he just loved Matt, and he loved Caroline. And I know that he was happy in his last few days, and, you know, what a life he had on the road for 6 years at the island. I know he's happy, but I know he's content and had a good life, but it still feels like way too short of a time for us. Way too short of a time. I looked forward to so much more, so many more adventures with him. So yeah, well, I think that's all I'll say about it now. I'll talk about it later once I get my head around the whole thing, but I'm gonna miss that guy.
Lando has been everywhere with us, to oceans, deserts, mountains, frozen lakes, and pine-covered trails. He was our shadow, our trail buddy, our protector. He was endlessly patient with the kids, no matter what games, outfits, or roles they assigned him. And even though he wasn't a fan of wearing booties, he eventually learned how to run in them across sharp rock, snow, and cactus-covered deserts. Because adventure always mattered more. And somehow, he seemed to appreciate an epic view just as much as we did.
Now you can see it's on?
Yeah.
Now you're doing a video.
Oh. So what's this?
So then you can hold it. So now whatever's on the screen, you're videoing.
Hi!
Lando, come say hi for
Why?
the video.
Oh.
Say hi.
It's on YouTube?
Yeah, he's on YouTube.
He has YouTube?
Yeah.
This is me!
Say hi to all of our people on YouTube. Say hi.
Hi!
He could leap effortlessly onto a 6-foot boulder, but getting into the Jeep or climbing out of a tent was another story entirely. Whether you left for a month or an hour, it didn't matter. He always greeted you with the full enthusiasm of a long-lost friend.
Look at him just running. He's just running around the house. Oh my goodness. What are you doing, little guy? You're just running. Hi. Hi. Go get it, Lando. Where is it?
What is it? Oh, look what you got. Woohoo!
Look at you.
What do you got? What do you got? Woohoo! Go. Show us around. Show us around. Oh, good boy, good boy. No, those are eggs. What do you got? What do you got? You excited? Woohoo! Go get Mom. Where's Mom? Mommy. Mommy. There's Mom. Where's Mom? He didn't like goodbyes. But he loved reunions, and he vigorously celebrated every single one.
You excited to see the kids? Yeah. Caroline, Pete, Dan.
Jen and I were on the first run, and Lando, of course, he's happy as can be, so are we. I know, go find squirrels. When Lando moved to Montana with Caroline and Matt, he was truly happy. He loved being on a road trip again, fishing with Matt and exploring new trails with the same joy he carried his whole life. Lando loved Montana, and he loved his best dog friend, Piper, Rochelle Croft's dog, and they could play tug of war for hours. And when he got sick for the first time in all these years, we knew something wasn't right. Over the past several months, his health began to change. At first it was small things, low appetite, low energy, changes we hoped were temporary. We took him in for testing, but nothing conclusive was found. But sometimes the body struggles quietly, and sometimes the warnings are gentle, until suddenly they aren't. Then, just like he always did, he rallied. He chased birds, explored trails, curled up beside us, and seemed to return to himself. After further testing, we received the news no pet owner ever wants to hear. Lando was in advanced chronic kidney failure. It was irreversible, and it was painful. With guidance from the veterinarian, and with love surrounding him, we made the compassionate decision to let him go peacefully. Lando wasn't just our dog. He was woven into our memories, our travels, our milestones. He sat beside our campfires. He rested at our feet during long drives. He watched sunsets with us. He was a joyful presence on the good days and a comforting one on the hard ones. And for so many of you, he became part of your life too. He made you smile. He reminded us to slow down, breathe deep, and live simply. He loved the overlanding community every bit as much as you loved him. So if you ever find yourself at an overland event at the ex-Overland Ranch in Three Forks, Montana, stop by his resting place. Leave a rock. Take a photo. Share a moment. We would all love that, and so would he. We are broken-hearted, but also deeply grateful. Grateful for every trail he ran, every moment he shared, and every memory he helped create. So today, instead of focusing on the goodbye, we choose to celebrate the gift he was. This video is for him and for everyone who loved him along the way. Thank you for being part of his story. If you ever find yourself driving a backcountry road, hiking a mountainside trail, or sitting by a quiet campfire, think of him. He'll be there. Bit of a drop there, huh? Wanna go hiking with us this morning? What a place to have coffee. Look at this.